E-bike Today special of the entire year. It's your only chance this year to be able to get an incredible offer. So not only is it the most variety we've ever offered, the most features we've ever offered, but it is the largest configuration because you get the lock, you're going to get the bike cover, which is important, and you're getting the double pack back here. So all that's going to be extra. Up until today, you always had to buy it all separately. Now we bundled together, and yet we're still $440 off the retail value, the total value for this. So it's just a huge, massive savings, under $1,000 for incredible features that you only find on a $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 bike. That's what you're getting today. So this unbelievable value that is so feature rich. This is so well thought out. It's all the high-end features that you absolutely want in an e-bike, but not at that high-end crazy price because it's our Today Special. Please remember Today's Special is for a very limited time. I know many of you still are in the process of checking out. Just go ahead and check out. We've covered all the features so far. I know we're going to talk a little bit more, but don't forget, go ahead and check out because someone can snipe your order. It happened to me recently about a month ago. I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, how are the 4 items out of the 5 sold out when I had them in my cart? Nope, someone can literally snipe the order and you'll be out of luck and you will not get our great value. So I always recommend and really suggest if you're thinking about getting it to finish that checkout process and then you're guaranteed, which is awesome. We have 5 Flex, we have free shipping, 18-month VIP financing, using your HSN card, which is amazing. No interest, about $5 a month. Yeah, 55 and some change a month. We will charge 0 interest as long as you pay it off in a year and a half. That's unheard of, but it's a really great value using the card. All right, there it is. So we're talking what, almost $1,300 for the bike itself. Guys, if I stopped there, that'd be like, wow, we're saving about $300 off that. Let's add on 70 bucks for the bag. The protective cover is always sold separately until tonight. That's $50. We have the bike lock. That's another $35, all packed into this incredible brand new, and by the way, it's the most powerful e-bike that folds that Hyper actually offers. And they have been in, it's a family run business, which I absolutely love supporting that. And they have been in the business for 30 years, originally doing competitive biking. And they got to the e-bike game and said, wait a minute, we have a great reputation. We're not gonna screw it up when it comes to making an e-bike. And I'm telling you, they've absolutely loaded this up. So Doug is my guest. Doug's actually been with us as a product expert for about 8 years now. Doug, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do me a favor and go over all the features that really make this that extra premium bike that you're getting at home.
Absolutely. You saw I was just off-roading it there because, well, I just love to go off-road. I'm still like always going to be a kid at heart. All right, so we got to get into this once again. This is a 20-inch Hyper E-Ride 4.0 foldable, because you can actually fold it and put it in the back of your vehicle and transport it. You have an LED display right there with those big numbers like Suzanne said earlier. I don't like to be able to squint. I like to be able to easily look at the road while I glance and see how fast I'm going. See which mode I am on. The PAS is pedal assist, right? I can go up to 5, which means that's gonna get me up to 20 miles an hour. And I've been on, let's see, 20.5 miles today is my odometer, so you can keep track. And then up here, that's how much battery life I still have. So everything that you need to see right here. I love the fact it's got the Shimano componentry, 7-speed changer. So whether you're going up hills, down hills, maybe you're off-roading, you want to switch your gears, no problem. Your throttle's right here. And I love this little hidden gem. You see this little on-off switch right here? This little on-off switch is a safety switch, so you cannot go and hit that throttle unless you push that forward. I love the fact that they thought of that. You have front and rear disc brakes, so you can stop on a dime, because remember, you're gonna be going up to 20 miles an hour. You wanna be able to brake, and you wanna be able to brake in a controlled way. You get that nice, cushy seat too for your bum, because you don't want your bum to go numb. Adjustable handlebars, adjustable seat. You got that front headlight. You have that rear brake light so the cars can see you, okay, if you're riding at night. And I also love these front forks. I showed you these forks. This is why when you see me riding out there, I'm not bouncing all over the place, because those forks, you see those forks going up and down? they are absorbing all of the shock that you're taking, whether you're riding on a flat surface, maybe some uneven pavement, or whether you're going kind of all-terrain, because you have those big fat boy 20-inch tires, and they're 4 inches wide. I mean, look at the size of these tires. Some of these other e-bikes I've seen are very dinky. They're very, it looks like if you just go over the smallest crack, the tire might pop. You've got nice, thick, fat, all-terrain tires. And remember, this bike is 75 pounds, so when you're folding up, it also has a 330-pound weight limit. And all of the accessories that you get, let alone on a 6-hour charge, you're gonna get up to 45 miles on that trip because you got that 48-watt battery, I'm sorry, that 48-volt battery that's portable and rechargeable, because this is a 750-watt motor that's pushing you all that way. But I love the fact that it has all of these accessories. You've got the rear carrying bag. It comes with a bike cover, so you can cover your bike when you're not using it, maybe for a day or two. Maybe if you're going out of town, you wanna cover your bike. Deep, deep pockets if you want to maybe take a little picnic or transport maybe some groceries. And you even have a big, heavy duty, you hear that? Big, heavy duty bike lock as well. You don't have to buy that separately. It all comes with the Hyper Bike. So if this is a bike for yourself, you have everything you need. You don't have to go out and get any accessories. If this is a gift, Father's Day is coming up soon. The kids just graduated. They're getting ready to maybe to go off to, you know, high school, college. It's such a great way because we're seeing more and more college kids being able to commute on e-bikes. So I love that basically they've thought of everything that you need for, you know, being able to get to point A to point B, but also being able to be portable, whether that's just taking your battery off and charging it, or whether that's literally taking the bike with you and putting it into your SUV like I have over here, so I can take it with me, and it only takes up a fraction of the room in my garage. And don't forget too, that our friends at Z-Edge, they have this really amazing air inflator. So whether you wanna have maybe a little bit of pumping up for your air in your tires, or maybe you have a volleyball. My daughter used mine the other day to pump up her volleyball. It has an actual ball setting on there too, which is really cool. So we have that. And also don't forget, safety first, you gotta get your amazing Flybar helmet, which is on hsn.com too, because, well, like I said, safety first. Suzanne, is she riding around? What's she doing?
Well, Doug, I just want to ask you a question. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but I will reiterate, it's a really big deal this battery is removable. Because I think one of the things are, you're like, well, how do I get the e-bike near a plug at my house or my apartment or wherever you might live, right? Your condo. What you do is you park the bike and lock it. You can take this battery out, walk into your house, and that's how you charge it back up. And it charges in 6 hours, which is to me absolutely amazing. Again, that's pretty groundbreaking. A lot of those e-bikes out there take a lot longer for the battery to charge, and you have to figure out how you're gonna drag the bike to a plug. With this, I love the fact that you can remove that. I think that is a huge upgrade that you're getting in this unit as well. Also, the braking system, I know Doug mentioned earlier, but I wanted to bring it back. It's really important. There's a dual braking system. That is vital to have. A lot of the bikes out there only have a single braking system. You want the dual. I love this bike has that too. So there's a lot of those extra features that you'll love. Another thing that was pretty cool too is when you're on the seat, remember he showed you sort of the pistons in the front, or the system in the front. It's also in the bike seat as well. So when you are going rough terrain, remember, your teeth aren't gonna break. They're not gonna chatter out of your mouth simply because you're going like this when you're on a rough gravel or on some brick or some kind of weird pavement. It's got this wonderful system built into the bike seat that gives you that give, just like the front of the bike does as well, to make it a smoother ride, which is huge. Now let's talk about adventure and fun while you're seeing some of the video. You can do the length of Manhattan, New York 3 times, top to bottom, 3 times before you have to recharge. You can go from the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland, on one charge. How crazy is that? You can go from the Vegas Sphere to the Hoover Dam in less than one charge. You can go from the Space Needle in Seattle to Tacoma, Washington in less than one charge. My favorite is you can go from the Rocky statue in Philly to Valley Forge to where I used to live in Phoenixville, and you can do that on less than one charge. Another one I thought that was pretty great, you can go from the Hollywood sign if you're in California, clear down to Long Beach, California in less than one charge. I mean, come on, that's fun. That's really, you gotta think about it. You're like, oh, but I only use it for just the little trips around my town, down to the store. Maybe I'll ride it to the office if it's close enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be close enough. If you want to go on that big adventure, there's a great, great bike path that actually goes from farther than Petoskey, but it's Petoskey Mission down to Charlevoix, and I've done it on an e-bike that we rented. It cost us more than $100 per bike to rent those bikes, but once I did it one time, it was one of the most exhilarating and fun and adventure-filled trips I've ever taken. I was sold on the love for e-bikes. Now, it took me 2 years later to find one on HSN that I loved. So if you're like that, maybe you've rented an e-bike and you spend a fortune doing it, but you love the experience, it was worth every penny, then you can get that anytime you want, because now you're gonna own your own e-bike. We're $440 off. We have free shipping. We've got 5 flex pays if you want to use a regular credit card, or 18-month VIP financing if you're going to use our HSN card. Everything has been put together today to put the adventure back into your life. That's what you're going to find. And I promise you, even if, and I hadn't biked for decades, guys, I'm probably talking 20, 30 years I've been on a traditional bike. When I was a kid, I loved biking around. I had the energy for it. I had the knees for it. Not so much. And I forgot how truly exhilarating and fun it was to go biking. And then it brings all that joy back into your life when you get an e-bike. You're going to love it, I promise you. Even if you said, I haven't biked in years, it opens up a new world. You'll remember how much fun it was when you were a kid, now that you have the freedom to be able to bike again. And I also love this too, because if you do want to actually, let's say you start using the e-bike system, you're like, hey, this is so much fun. I'm actually going to pedal a little bit. I want to get some cardio going. I'm going to try to maybe lose a little weight or try to get in better shape. It can do that for you as well. So as your needs change, or you want them to change, and you're trying to do some new things, this is going to grow with you. But if you just want to flat out have fun, have that adventure, and feel that exhilaration, then it's ready to go for you whenever you are. All right, give you a quick color update. Blue, 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 blue. Okay, here we go. I have a little bit over 300 left for the entire day in the blue. This is the orange. I've got a little over 400 in the orange. The black is the one you actually have to be the most concerned about at this point. It's the most popular. We brought in the most, but I only have a hair bit over 400 left in the black. So we brought in the most in black. It's the most popular, which in essence means it's, in a way, the most limited, simply because you take the popularity and add that to the quantity we brought in. It's your time to get it. Now, I do want to talk to you guys who have it in your cart, because I get it. You're like, I'll just reserve it in there, and I'm going to think about it. And again, I want you to think about it. It's not a $20 purchase. The problem is it can be scooped up out of your cart. I'm telling you, because it happened to me. I had 5 fashion items in my cart. I forgot to check out. I did it. Went back later the day. 4 of the 5 were sold out. It can be scooped up out of your cart to someone who does the checkout process. So absolutely, this is my tip. When you're ever shopping on HSN, if you see something you really, really want, you never want to wait and just sit it in the cart, because it will disappear on you. I've had it happen to me, and I was really crazed over it. So if you're saying, yeah, this fits the bill. Also, I love what Doug said. Anybody, maybe you've got a kid who says, oh, Mom, I want a car. I need it to drive to high school. And you're like, I can't afford to buy you a car. This is a lot less expensive in the car, and they'll enjoy riding it, and they still get there quickly and smoothly. Hey, let's talk about, I love the college student too. A lot of colleges, freshmen are not allowed to have cars on campus. How are they going to get around? Imagine using our FlexPay. Why not give them an e-bike? They will be absolutely thrilled. This would be an amazing graduation gift as well. All right, Doug, I'm going to throw it back to you. I know we've got more to show everybody. Where do you want to go to next?
Suzanne, you said the word exhilarating, and I'm telling you, as soon as you get on this e-bike and you start creating your own adventure, you are definitely right. That was the key word, exhilarating. I feel like a kid again, like every time I'm on my e-bike, because when I was a kid, we didn't have a motor that was pushing our bike. We wished we had a motor, but it just wasn't there yet. It just hadn't been done yet. So we were literally fatiguing ourselves every single day. Now that I'm an adult, now that I'm a father myself of two amazing kids that love to go outside and adventure with me, it's so nice to be able to do this as a family. We get everybody outside, we get everybody away from the electronics, away from the television, away from the video games, and we go outside and we explore. Or we drive somewhere and we actually go explore in a new town, which is really cool. But they love getting on the e-bikes. They love feeling that sense of freedom. They love exploring. And you said something earlier, Suzanne, that was so right. When you're in a car, you're not really soaking up the nature. You can't really see everything surrounding you. When you're on your e-bike, you're experiencing everything that's around you. Whether it's just having a refreshing ride to work, or maybe like you said, it's that college student or high school student that's having a nice refreshing ride to or from school. But we're seeing more and more of these e-bikes on the road, and you're seeing all of these cities where you can go to and visit a city and rent these e-bikes to be able to tour around. So you're seeing them everywhere now. It's just becoming just like how bikes were back in our day when we were growing up. And I love that because we do get a little exhausted. I'm breaking a sweat out here. I know you can't see it, but every once in a while, I reach into my bag